Smurf, Self, B.I. I'm saying, man of many names, and of many styles. You gotta, people always talking about what they would do. They would never get stuck, this and that. You never know what you're gonna do to you in that situation, man. Whatever though, check it. He walked in the club, a million niggas giving him pounds, while all the featherheads, they lick their lips and staring him down. He's not concerned though, he fucked a few, but he got a main one. He used to play the corners getting pennies till she changed him. He came from normal hood shit, hands was nice though, punched out niggas lights in most fights throughout life. So he's arrogant a little bit, cause the way he visions it, he holds heat, but doesn't entertain the thought of getting hit. Swiftly dipped through the crowd, and all the people there, looking for his girl who had called him, told him to meet him there. Heard his name in a familiar voice, but couldn't see from where. Walked in the direction of the sound and found her seated near the exit. She grilled him and told him to sit, then started wigging. Said, I see these chickens all on your dick. He went to respond, but she started laughing and said, I'm just playing, and asked him whether he remembered back when they first met in this very club, in these very chairs, struggling to hear each other's words, music everywhere. Said, of course, baby, yeah. She smiled and gave a stare, said, we need to talk, so let's walk and go get some air. About a block from the club, they locked in a hug. Son saying, we alone now, what's up? She said, close your eyes, but they both were surprised when a gunman turned the corner, dressed in stick-up disguise, shoved his lady to the ground and put the joint to his eyes. His life was on the line, but what was even worse was his pride. Wouldn't allow him to go down without a fight, so he jerked back, slapped the gun with his left hand, the hammer burst back. Ripped the shade off the wall, the gun fell, the guy bounced. Son went to chase him till he heard his lady crying out. Blood-covered belly ring was barely hanging from her flesh. Called the ambulance, 2 minutes later she's escaping death. The medic said she's fine, but she couldn't stop from crying, and the man couldn't understand why. Then she said, close your eyes, and she whispered surprised. He opened them and said, damn. In her hand was a blood-covered sonogram. Under pressure, how will you react? Your hands in your gap, or can you find another way of handling that? When under pressure, no exit, in fact, the walls to your back. Are you considering the consequence of your acts? Under pressure, how will you react? Your hands in your gap, or can you find another way of handling that? When under pressure, no exit, in fact, the walls to your back. Are you considering the consequence of your acts? One inside the chamber, the youngster aimed his weapon at a stranger. An older woman randomly caught in the path of danger. Niggas said he ain't have heart, he was determined to prove him wrong by making himself do something he knew was wrong. On the chest he placed the barrel, once he had the cream, told to turn around, lay down, you die if you scream. Fled the scene, powered by the butterflies inside his stomach. He was running fast enough to win the Indy 500 with a gun at his waist. He ran straight toward the place of his ace, hoping no good Samaritan gave chase. Thought he would save face when he told his niggas what he done, but they was like, man, go ahead with your bitch ass son. Anyone can stick a old lady, you really on some thief shit. Then go and stick one of them next niggas that we got beef with. He couldn't believe it, his so-called friends didn't appreciate the risk that he had taken for them. Nevertheless, he plotted. Once the nigga was spotted, he cornered him as he walked through the alley by his apartment. Nervously, he clutched the heater as he tried to play cool. Took his money, made him run his woo, wear leather and jewels. Jetted up the alley, relieved that his duty was done, and in the process, he didn't have to murder no one. At that second, a bullet blasted the back of his lungs. In all his nervousness, the kid forgot the path for a gun. Another son and brother, no longer among the living mass. The real problem is there's only few, if any, who ask, is it homicide or suicide that left his frame froze? Was he murdered by that nigga or the path that he chose? What degree of beef justifies blasting your foes? Caskets are closed while the number of casualties grows. From my block to yours, a similar madness we know. The saga of another king ends tragically so. Under pressure, how will you react? Your hands in your gap, or can you find another way of handling that? When under pressure, no exit, in fact, the walls to your back. Are you considering the consequence of your acts? Under pressure, how will you react? Your hands in your gap, or can you find another way of handling that? When under pressure, no exit, in fact, the walls to your back. Are you considering the consequence of your acts? When under pressure, how will you react? Golden One.